Okay, we are live. Welcome to nature class. Sorry for all the troubles, but you know what? We all got to start somewhere. So hopefully this is streaming live to Facebook and YouTube right now. If not, then we'll work out the kinks and hopefully by Wednesday it'll be good. So today we are doing the worm observatory activity. What you're going to need is a glass jar or a plastic jar works great. I don't have plastic with me, but if you do have a plastic jar, make sure you drill some holes at the bottom. Or if you want to make this kind of even long lasting, then you can use a Tupperware container and again, drill some holes in the bottom, like 1/4 inch is great. And you also want to do some ventilation on top. But I am using glass jars today. So the worm observatory is meant for you to be able to see your little wormy pals decompose and also travel through the soil. So you can do this 2 ways. One way is you can go and just get multiple colors of soil and create layers. And as the worms start doing their thing inside, they will travel around and mix up the soil so you can see them move around that way. What we're going to do today is kind of like a mini worm compost / observation. So as you can see, I have there's still some leftover produce. There's also some soil and some newspaper. And this is what we're going to be making today. This has actually been sitting here for about 2 weeks with worms. I wouldn't recommend keeping your worms in there any longer unless you want to make a complete compost bin, just because it's not the perfect place for them. Not enough oxygen, not enough drainage. So this is just temporary. What you're going to do is you're going to load up the bottom of your worm observatory with your carbon. Now, carbon is kind of like your paper scraps. It'd be your leaves and debris, or I'm sorry, just like your wood and stuff like that in your yard. So go ahead and put that in there. You're going to wet it down a little bit. Remember, worms have to breathe through their skin. They don't have lungs to breathe. And so you need to make sure that mucus that's around them stays wet so they can do that gas exchange. Then you're going to take some of your nitrogen, your table scraps, and you're going to put that on top of your carbon. So I got some leaves left over from Junior and the kiddos. And I also have some eggshells. And basically, you're just going to keep layering this. And again, we want to make sure we keep this really wet for our worm friends. And you can even add a little soil on top to give them a head start. I'm going to push it down, kind of compact it. We don't want too much air in there because they'll dry them out. So, and again, you're just going to keep toppling and layering all that until pretty soon you have this whole thing that's going to be filled up with layers. And then you'll start seeing your little worm friends crawl around and you can actually see them eating, which is really neat. Once you fill up all your layers, put this in a warm, dark place. The worms do not like light. That's why they live underground. So we want to make sure that we take care of our buddies the best we can while we are housing them and studying them. And after about 2 weeks, you can go ahead and take your worms that you collected outside, no need to buy them, and put them back in the soil where they belong. But this is a really great activity to see how great they are at recycling nutrients. But that's it for today. Does anybody have any questions about the activity or about worms by chance? Again, I should mention this is my first time using Yard Stream, I think it's called. So I hope I can see your comments if you do have them. If not, then I will be sure to answer them when I go to Facebook or YouTube. But a little fun fact about worms. Let me see if I can find some. Wow. So worms breathe through their skin, which is why they need to stay underground, and also why they come out when it rains. And how that works is, actually, no, we'll do an activity Wednesday to show how worms and actually some salamanders breathe through their skin. They'll bring oxygen in and they will be able to let carbon dioxide out. But that's it for today. Thank you guys. Remember, nature class activities every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Next nature class will be about how worms and salamanders breathe through their skin, which is really interesting, and why it's so important to have clean freshwater ecosystems too, because those animals can also pull in all those pollutants from the water as well. And then Friday is going to be a surprise. I'm not sure yet what we'll do. But thank you guys for joining me. Until next time, this is Miss Mallory inviting you to step outside and adventure. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining me.